Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Booth Review. So, we are going to be reviewing the movie The Way Back, and that is starring Ben Affleck, aka Batfleck for me. So, this movie goes a little deep. Okay, so the premise of the movie is Ben Affleck is he's a former basketball star in high school, and he kind of goes from there and then he works in construction. And you find out that he's a very big alcoholic. And something happens at his school, the high school, and they actually call him and ask him to just do a meeting with him. And he goes in and he talks with the pastor because it's a private school, and they want him to come back and coach the basketball team. And he's like, I don't coach. I haven't touched the ball in 20 probably years, so I don't think it's a good idea. And so it kind of goes from there, and it just really dives deep into kind of his alcoholism. And there's like a scene where he gets like a 24 pack or like a 12 pack of beer.
It's more than that. I think you're right with 24 pack.
So it's in the fridge, and he's like rehearsing what he's going to tell the pastor, like he can't do it. And he goes in, takes another one, takes it. And he's just going through these guys. And at the end, they're gone. And he's just like stammering and falling over. And then you're just like, okay, this is gonna go a little different way than I thought this movie was gonna go.
Yeah.
But I mean, he finds some things out about his past, and it makes a little sense about why things happen. But overall,
why he turns to alcohol, really.
why he does that. And honestly, for me, the kids in the high school group, so he does do the coaching, as you can see from the trailer. These kids were great, honestly, for me. Like, I love them. I love their, like, personalities. Like, there's, like, the shy, quiet guy that really is really good, but he doesn't want to, like, brag or say anything. And then there's, like, the guy that thinks he's, like, hot crap, and he's not at all whatsoever. And then all the other, like, misfits that are put in there. And just all of them together, like, I really like this movie. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, it really was. So, I mean, we've mentioned the alcoholism and stuff, and that had to hit really home for Ben. I mean, we know the tabloids. And
I was going to say, we know that he went through this. Yes, like, this was real for him.
It cost him his marriage.
And I was talking to Tim about it, and I was really like, I wonder how far between filming this movie and the real things were happening. Like, I don't think they coincided. But
not really, no.
I feel like it wasn't too far apart that this happened, and it's just like,
right.
Wow, like, he's got to go through this all again. So I know he wasn't drinking real beer in these things. It was probably like watered down tea or something. But I mean,
it was all like fake beer. It wasn't like a brand name or nothing.
Yeah, so. But you could tell, like, I mean, I don't know when I know he was acting, but you could see on his face, like, he's been through this. Like, he knows
it's interesting
what he's doing to his family.
It's interesting because I read something that during the process of trying to get this movie made or whatnot, they actually were thinking about not making it. Mm-hmm. And for one of the reasons is because of his whole situation.
Right.
But his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, was actually really adamant about them going through with this. Because I think she kind of felt, and maybe, and we talked about in last year's movie Honey Boy, how that worked for Shia LaBeouf, and maybe she kind of felt the same, like this would work for him,
right,
in the same way, maybe as therapeutic.
Mm-hmm. Get all the demons out.
Yeah, getting over it essentially, and getting through everything he had to get through, and it really portrays in his performance. I think this is his best performance.
Guys,
maybe ever. It's definitely in the top. It's his best performance. It really and I think it's best movie since The Town, which was in 2010.
He did so phenomenal in this. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Oscar worthy, even though I think it could be maybe Golden Globe. But
yeah, maybe.
But
I feel like some recognition might
maybe Guild Screen Actors.
I think it should come his way.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the other. I mean, and we don't know how this year's going to play out really with movies. So
it's
maybe
very
it could
early.
Be.
Yeah, it's super early, so we never know. But he did a phenomenal job. The story was great. I mean, it made you like, it was a roller coaster with him. And like, he actually was able to stop for a little bit because he wanted to help these kids. He knew how much this meant to the kids. So he like stopped going. He did great. And
he
then
got over it for a time.
For a little bit of a time. And then something happens in like his life and it just set him off again.
And I love that they should, because there's a moment in this movie, and I want to say it's not like halfway through, but it's probably about halfway through, maybe a little after, where essentially, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but the high school, like, they win a big game and whatnot, right. and it kind of like, it has like this whole thing, and he's got tears in his eye, like the joy that he feels, and it could have just kind of ended like that, but it didn't. It actually went in the way, like you said, where he experiences something again that leads him back down that path.
Right.
And that's kind of the case for a lot of these people that are struggling with alcoholism and getting over this, is that they don't get over it the first time.
Right.
And I think that's...
Or the second time.
Really.
Or the third time.
And I love that they showed that and they went that direction, because most of the time you see it the other way. You see them, they get over it the first time, and then it's like a happy ending, or if you will. Exactly. And that's not really the case here, although it ultimately results in a good ending.
Right.
It's just, there's the moment that leads up to that. And I thought that was really special. I thought it was great that they highlighted that.
And the family. So he has a sister, and she has 2 kids, and it's kind of, there's a story with them too. So like the sister is super worried about him, of course, and she keeps telling him like, if you keep living your life like this, you're going to end up dead or worse. And so when the bad things happen, something happened to him, and he was like hospitalized because he did something really stupid. And I think from that point, it like set in his head.
Rock bottom finally happened.
Yeah, like that was, and then like then you see him like, okay, and like then some good things happen, and it's kind of the happy ending, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go through some things and some feelings with him, because you get like mad at him, and then you're proud of him, and then you're sad, and then you're mad with him, and then you're like, yeah. So like, you're going through some things with him.
Personally, for me, man, I like teared up quite a few times.
He doesn't tear up that often, guys.
So like and I don't deal with the whole alcoholism thing. Like I don't deal with the addiction thing. I have no idea how that feels. Right. I really don't. But there are other things in this movie that I could completely understand.
He's a coach.
I'm a coach. He coaches, and and one of the things they do is they show how a coach can affect kids in both positive or negative ways.
Yep.
And vice versa, how kids can affect coaches. And I know how that feels.
Right.
You know, which is one of the big reasons why I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And they really go into that, and they show how these kids really helped
put him on the right track.
Not in a direct way, but in a way to help him overcome. Like, they gave him a purpose to overcome. And they were good kids.
Yep.
Some were misunderstood. You know, that's the whole thing, that you get misunderstood, especially at the high school level.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. It really connected with me. And I was just really happy with the movie overall. I was happy with Ben Affleck. It's directed by Gavin O'Connor, who did Warrior back with Tom Hardy and Joel Egerton. It's about UFC fighting stuff. That's really good. And I think he's actually did The Accountant, too, with Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Same director. But this is a really personal story, and it went in a great direction, and I enjoyed everything about it. You ready for the score?
I'm ready for the score.
All right.
So, as you can tell by our enthusiasm, we really like this movie. I'm going to say definitely see it. And I can already tell that our scores are different, but not too far off. So, So, B+ for me.
My first A of the year.
First A of the year. Not too bad for Batfleck. He's wearing a Batfleck shirt.
I know. I wanted to wear Batman. I mean, I feel like he talked about it. He lost some luster. And somehow, in some way, that playing Batman affected him in a negative way, unfortunately. Social media stuff, you know. But I'm glad he was overcoming and worked out for him, and he seems to be in a better place now.
Yep. Let's hope he makes some more of these awesome movies, because we love them. Don't forget to like, comment. Thank you for listening to us as always. We have some more coming up soon, so hopefully you'll be able to watch these during this amazing quarantine time. All right, guys, thank you so much, and until next, bye, guys.